Listen, I'm just very negative on the trucking industry right now, and that's just the way it is sometimes. You know how I always tell you guys that I'm along for the ride just as much as you are when it comes to these videos? I never know either when I'm going to spiral out of control and hate everything. It just happens, and then it spills over onto my videos, and what am I supposed to do? Sometimes you just have to be negative about things. That's the way the world works. So I'll try to sprinkle some funny into today's video, but I can't promise anything. All right, so this is sort of a continuation of last video. It comes from a comment, and actually I really like this commenter. He's a nice guy. I've met him in real life, and he always gives thoughtful comments, and he just gives his point of view. There is this mystique around this guy Trucks that I just can't handle people disagreeing with me. Sure, I can. As long as you're like a respectful person, I can handle it. Sometimes I'm real grumpy. I am, and I acknowledge that. I had to do it last night. Some guy was talking about you just need to get a local job and all that. You guys know how that kind of pushes my buttons, and I don't really know why. And I responded to the guy, I don't understand. Why are you telling me to get a local job? How does that fix the problem with trucking? And he responds, well, it doesn't. With over-the-road trucking, he says, well, it doesn't. I'm just saying do something else. And I said, you know what? I don't know if he saw my response. I said, you know what? I actually think you're right about that. Maybe the answer is do something else. So sorry to everybody when I do get kind of in a bad mood in the comment section when you're really not being a dick. When you are being a dick, I don't apologize. You're a dick, and I'll match your energy. But when you guys are just giving your opinions and I kind of respond in a shitty way, sometimes I do that, and I'm sorry that sometimes I get real mad about things that I shouldn't get mad about. I know, I'm the world's worst YouTuber. I'll verbally abuse people that are just commenting on videos. I can't figure out why no one watches me anymore. It's all starting to make sense. Anyways, this like I said, this video we're about to talk about comes from a comment on the last video that I want to talk about. I just want to respond to it in an adult way, and remind everybody I do like the guy that left the comment. So if I get fired up in this video, it's not directed at that commenter. It's directed at the things that I'm angry at. I'm not even going to call him names or anything. I'm getting old and grumpy, my friends. I am just a moody son of a bitch these days. I don't fucking know why. But we're going to talk about that. One other thing I want to make like super clear. When I talk about the trucking industry being shit right now, because it really, really fucking is, I'm not talking about the company I drive for, Trekker. As far as I mean, sometimes the weeks are bad. I've had 2 bad ones out of, we're around 6 now. Maybe 7 weeks, and that ain't quite that good now that I put it out in words. I've had a couple bad weeks, but just a couple. I've had some really good weeks here too. So I'm not angry at my trucking company. I am angry at the industry as a whole. You guys know me. I don't talk in codes or riddles or anything. If my trucking company's fucking up, I'll make a video calling them out for fucking up. There's no reason for me to beat around the bush. What's the worst that can happen? They get mad at me and fire me? Oh well, someone else will hire me. I don't really care about that. So I'm not mad at Trekker, my company. So before we get into all this comment that gave me the brilliant ideas for today's video, I got a lot of people to thank. Wow, you guys really showed up on the last video. Just absolutely insane for super thanks on the last video. So we've got a long list. I want to thank all these people, and we'll try to get through it, but you have to understand, these are people that watch my videos and gave me some of their hard-earned money. I have to say thank you. That's the right thing to do. So Spicy Beppis with $2 on the last video. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. We've got one of my favorite names ever in this whole time I've been doing YouTube. CPM Scam. CPM Scam. Yeah, it's quite the fucking racket there, isn't it? With $5 on the last video. Rum Runner with $5 on the last video. Thank you. MB8987 with $5 on the last video. Thank you. I appreciate it. Private Pile is a recurring name now. Thank you, Private Pile, for all your support to the channel. I appreciate you, man. We got Wade Hendrickson with $10. $10, Wade. Let's hear it for Wade. And then we've got that guy from BK coming out swinging big man meat all over the donation section, the super thanks section, with $50 on that last video. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that so much. I have been getting my ass kicked by YouTube for like the last month or so. It's just a really tough time. Election year, port strikes, hurricanes, why the fuck would somebody come watch a trucking video? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So thank you guys so much for the support. I appreciate that. And thank you to everyone that is helping my humble little channel grow. Likes and comments and subscriptions, all the things you guys are doing here. I appreciate you. We are getting closer and closer to that 10,000 subscriber mark. So please, press the damn subscribe button if you're enjoying the video. No fancy B-roll for you today because I'm in the middle of a thing right now. I was picking up a trailer, and the Love's truck, I'm in one of our drop yards, not a drop yard, but one of our customers, and a little Love's pickup rolls up, and he goes, hey, I was asked to come over by your company and check out this trailer, make sure we don't need to fix anything. He's like, can I do that? And I said, yeah, of course you can do that, because I don't technically pick up till 3 this afternoon. And it's 9 in the morning, so I was like, I don't give a fuck. Sure, have a look at it. And he comes back and he says, so you do have a wheel seal that's leaking. We do need to fix that. Can I get you to move the trailer over for me? He's like, I don't want to screw up your schedule or anything. And I said, don't worry about it. I pick up 6 hours from now, 28 miles from here. Can we do that? And he's like, dude, we're good on that. We're absolutely good. So he wanted me to move the trailer so he could work on it. And he goes, man, thank you so much for your just cooperation. He said, most of these truckers out here are fucking dicks. And I said, well, me too, but you caught me in a good mood. So you're welcome, sir. Not a problem at all. So what I want to talk about today is it's honestly going to be a lot of negativity towards the trucking industry, because that's just where my mind is right now. Remember, this isn't about a company. This is about an entire fucking industry that unfortunately has gone to hell. It's a fucking nightmare right now. So last video, you guys know I was talking about don't be a trucker. Remember, this is a YouTube video, okay? Take everything you hear on a YouTube video with a grain of salt. If you want to be a trucker, go be a trucker. Me, like I said in the last video, I mean this 100%. If I had the opportunity to go back 10 years in the past and never ever have the thought of being a trucker, I would have taken that path for sure. All I've really found, honestly, I've had some good times. I've made some good money. Sometimes when the money's good, it's good. I don't think it'll ever be good again, if I'm being honest with you. I think that's done. I think it's fucking over with. But the industry's just bad. That's all there is to it. It's just fucking, and I am talking specifically about over-the-road freight hauling. Yes, you can do a lot of other things with the CDL. This sector of the trucking industry is a fucking nightmare. That's what I was talking about in the last video. And this commenter that I really do like, I want to reiterate that. I don't think anything negative about him at all. He had his opinion. He's entitled to that opinion. And he's always been respectful when presenting his opinion, which is more than I can say for myself a lot of times. So he's a better man than I am, is what I'm trying to tell you. He commented in the video, he said, you know, trucking isn't really that bad as long as you have goals that you're working towards. And there was another part of that comment, and now I don't remember what it is, but it was about having goals that you're working towards, and then being, as long as you're mentally tough enough to do it. Let's do the mentally tough enough part first. I know you're not supposed to speak highly about yourself on the internet. You're supposed to talk about, you know, you're humble at all times and all these things. I gotta be honest with you. When it comes to mental toughness, I'm the toughest motherfucker there is out here. I'm sorry, be mad about that. But how many other guys have you watched on YouTube that get out on the road and just go for 6 fucking months? They ain't seen their home for 6 months. They're out there just trying to get the fucking job done. Now I'm a little bit spoiled here at Trekker. I'll probably make it home tomorrow. I'm not really, it should work out that way that I can stay the night. I'm making it home almost every week right now, just to stay a night. Fucking fine. Some, you know, a bad week is kind of offset by at least I get to go home every week again. Holy shit. But getting out here for months at a time and being this guy trucks on YouTube, you know how many people fucking hate me? Rightfully so too. It's not like I did anything to deserve them liking me. But when it comes to mental toughness, I'm sorry, be mad. I'm the toughest son of a bitch out here on these fucking roads. Mental toughness. I'm not threatening to beat you up at Fuel Island right now. I'm talking about the mental aspect of trucking. So I got that locked down, right? Here's where the problem actually is with that statement, in my opinion. It's one thing to ask a guy to be mentally tough, right? Oh, we can do it. We'll get it done, right? Here's where the problem becomes a real fucking problem. When you're asking the people around you to also, sorry about that cough, to also be mentally tough with you, right? To hang in there with you. You know, in the last video, I talked a little bit about this is destructive to every relationship around you. This might be a whole other video by itself at some point. While I'm still being angry at trucking, we might as well get it out of our system. But you will most likely walk away from this industry a broken, destroyed man. Nobody that gives a fuck about you anymore because you gave your life to that truck, right? You're most likely going to walk away divorced if you came into it married. If you get married while you're doing it, you will probably still walk away divorced. That's the way this fucking works, right? Now, we can ask wives to be mentally tough with us. Yes, we can. Absolutely. And you know what? You might be shocked. Wives, in most cases, are tougher than we are. When it comes to that mental aspect, oh yeah, they're bad motherfuckers. Wives are tough sons of bitches. They are. And a lot of times they might be able to hang in there with you and keep doing it and keep encouraging you and keep hoping that it gets better for you so that it gets better for us, right? That's how that works sometimes. Wives are tough motherfuckers, right? I'm not trying to score fucking brownie points with anyone here. That's just the way it is, you know? Fucking wives are tough bitches. What do you want me to say? I'm not going to apologize for that. But the problem comes when you start asking children to be mentally tough with you, right? They're never going to understand. This is the thing I'm coping with in my own life right now. My kids don't hate me by any means. As a matter of fact, they really, really respect me. I don't know if you guys remember a few months ago, I did a video while I was at home because I wanted to do a bit where I was going off the rails and then my wife yelled Joshua at me. It was a really, I guess you had to be there. It was super fucking funny because I've made that joke over and over about how if I was saying this at home, my wife would be yelling at me right now and telling me I need to chill the fuck out. And it's sort of a running joke, right? I have my desk sitting in a corner in my my living room, right? It's my little corner where I always used to do my YouTube videos and streaming when I could go home. And I have a couch like I don't know, parallel, perpendicular. Do I look like a fucking mathematician to you? But my daughters were sitting on the end of that couch looking at me while I did that, and they were impressed. They were like so proud of their dad just like cranking out that YouTube video right in front of them. A lot of people might think that's a goofy thing to be proud of. They thought it was cool. They wanted to sit there and watch me record the whole video. But if you guys notice in that video, an odd thing happened. They were watching me for a couple minutes and I pointed it out in the video. I'm like, okay guys, it's time for you to go to another room right now. Quit staring at me. You know why? Because I don't know how to interact with my own children sometimes. It's like, oh fuck, I haven't seen you in years. How you doing? Jesus fucking Christ. So I think with that part of it, it's crazy to ask children to be mentally tough with you. I think my kids get it, but they may resent me when they're like in their early adult years. Be like, the son of a bitch was never there. And I deserve that. I deserve every bit of that. They don't deserve to feel that way, but I deserve every fucking bit of it. I was the adult in the situation and I made dumb fucking decisions and I have to live with that. But the unfortunate part is, so do they. Brilliant, right? Fuck yeah. Let's get into the other part because that part's pretty fucking heartbreaking. It's tragic now, isn't it? Let's get into the other part of the comment where he says, you know, as long as you've got goals that you're working towards, trucking can be good. Yeah, it can be. I mean, there are attainable goals as a truck driver. Maybe it's pay off some credit card debt, pay off your old pickup truck, whatever these things are, right? But the real goals, the real dreams, in my opinion, in trucking are fucking dead. Fucking dead. And I'll get into that in just a minute. You guys know how I always interrupt myself, right? To achieve your goals in trucking, right? You also need to work with a whole lot of people that have interest in your goals also. You need a dispatcher that gives a fuck about your goals, a load planner, a shipper, a receiver, fucking Capstone Logistics. You need Capstone Logistics to give a fuck about your goals too. Capstone Logistics doesn't even give a fuck about their own employees, and now they're expected to give a fuck about your goals. Why do I say this? Because every one of those things is a roadblock between you and your goals. These people have to give a fuck about what you're trying to achieve also. And I gotta tell you what, They don't. They don't. You think that shithead forklift driver that unloads 1 pallet per hour off your truck gives a fuck about your goals? He's the same guy that every once in a while, when his lazy ass finally decides to do work at his fucking job, he gets off his forklift and loudly proclaims, this company would be fucked if it wasn't for me. You guys ever worked with a guy like that insists the company would be fucked if it wasn't for him, and he's the laziest piece of shit that works there every time? All he does is run his fucking mouth about how much work he does? Yeah, that guy has to give a fuck about your goals, or you're just straight up not going to achieve them. It's one thing for us to say, hey, I'm a hard worker, I'll get out there and I'll get it done, I'll make all that fucking money. And it's a whole other for everybody else to participate in your goals also. They don't give a fuck. As a matter of fact, most of the people we work with on a daily basis out here don't have any goals at all. We're all on the millennial retirement plan, every fucking one of us. What's the millennial retirement plan, you might ask? Work until you're fucking dead, all right? And then your family can pay your bills afterwards, because you still owe money, stupid. You don't get out of them by dying. Yeah, the old millennial retirement plan. Thank you. Trickle down economics or whatever we feel like blaming. I don't fucking know. Blame something. Don't blame me, motherfuckers. I've been bitching for years about this shit. But blame something. But god damn it. Okay. There's more to this I want to say, but my mind's all over the place, so I'm just trying to process things. So right now I'm using filler words. I'm just saying things until my brain catches up with my fucking mouth, which has been a real problem for me my entire goddamn life, now that I think about it. What the fuck do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, the real goals of trucking are fucking dead. They've been dead a long time ago. I get the comment frequently that lease purchase needs to go away. And maybe that's true. I'm not going to defend companies' rights to have a lease purchase program. I don't give a fuck about these companies. I give a fuck about these companies as much as they give a fuck about me. The feelings mutual, assholes. I don't care. I am a negative person, god damn it. I remember one time a guy commented, you remember earlier I was talking about I'm a dick, in case you guys haven't figured that out yet. He goes, you're always so negative in your videos. And I responded to him, the positivity patrol is on the case. He didn't like that. He didn't think it was funny. I did. I thought it was funny, but he didn't like it. Anyways, the point people always make is they say, if you can't afford to put a down payment on a truck and have money set aside for maintenance, then you have no business owning a truck. And maybe that's true. I'm not going to argue that point. Maybe that's fucking true. But I know when I bought a truck, because I have, the last one that I bought, I put $12,000 down, and it was a cheap truck. It was 44 grand or something. Try buying a truck for 44 grand now. Good luck. Good luck. I bought it before prices went through the fucking roof. $44,000. I put $12,000 down on the truck, and then I did have maintenance to last for a while until that son of a bitch truck broke my ass and kept breaking all the fucking time. But that's besides the point, isn't it? That may be my own damn fault. I don't know. I didn't check out the truck before I bought it, and now I'm out all that fucking money. It's my fault. It is. I'll take the blame, right? And maybe that's true. You have no business buying a truck if you don't have the down payment to put on it and you don't have money set aside for the maintenance fund. But I don't understand how the fuck you would ever come up with that money. I'll tell you in a minute how I came up with that money. I will. I'll be dead fucking honest with you about how I came up with that money. You know what it didn't come from? Driving the fucking truck. Unless you're coming out here with hardly any bills to your fucking name, good luck saving up the money to buy a truck, because, you know, all those people I talked about that need to be interested in your goals, they're still not. They still don't fucking care. So good luck saving up all that money. You know how I came up with that money? You know how I came up with it? YouTube videos. That's it. Why do you think every asshole with the CDL makes YouTube videos? You know, because we're trying to find a way to supplement our fucking income the only way we're able to, because it's not like we can go Uber and DoorDash, you know, side hustle culture, you know, after we get off work. The only thing we can do is stream in some sort of way, make music. We can make music. Isn't that fucking pathetic? Fucking, God damn it. Let me see if I can get this to come out of my head the right way in words that make sense. Content creator is the new I'm in a band. I'm in a band, bro. Nobody's in a band anymore. Everybody's trying to be a goddamn content creator or influencer or what the fuck ever. Isn't that fucking bizarre? Music's dead. No one gives a shit. I don't even know who the musicians are these days. I have no fucking clue. But that now we're all trying to be content creators. Could you imagine this shit in like the 80s, 90s, somewhere in there? Like, some girl thinks you're cute or whatever, and she's telling her, no girl thinks you're cute, by the way. I'm just saying hypothetically, some girl thinks you're cute. I know. We all live in a fantasy land, don't we? That applies to me too. Look at me. Fuck it, look at me. Anyways, and she's telling her friend about you. This is the 80s or 90s, right? And she's like, oh yeah, he's a content creator. And the friend goes, what the fuck is a content creator? And she goes, well, he sits in his room and he records videos about his day, and that's what he does. And that sounds stupid then, doesn't it? Now it's the new musician. It's the new fucking check out my SoundCloud or whatever bullshit that used to be going on. Yeah, there's even groupies that come with this. I'm not fucking lying. I've gotten plenty of pictures of titties because I make YouTube videos. I'm not making that up. We're the new rock stars, baby. There's groupies and everything, and it's fucking ridiculous. And doesn't that sound fucking absurd when you say it out loud? Fucking, so you got to find the thing that nobody wants to do. That's how you make your money now. And it's not in fucking content creation, because that's what everyone's doing. It's not in trucking because that's what everyone's doing. Once COVID hit, everybody went and got a fucking CDL, and it's never ever going to get any better. So maybe we should start making music again. Maybe that's the fucking solution. I mean, I think I could be like a top selling #1 country artist right now, like a modern country artist. I have a nasally annoying voice too, just like the country singers. So I was about to sing you guys a song, but I chickened out right at the last minute. But you think I don't sound as good as Florida Georgia Line? Of course I do. Those guys are fucking garbage, and they make a lot of money fucking doing it. Come get me, Nashville. I'm fucking ready. Look at me. I look like possibly my parents are blood related. Sign me the fuck up, Nashville. What are we doing? We're over here fucking around? I don't fucking get it. But anyways, I heard in the last video, I heard from a lot of different drivers, okay? And I noticed a trend. I was paying attention. I noticed a trend. The people out there around 5 years of truck driving are still full of hope, right? And that's fine. We all need that because we live in a pretty hopeless fucking world, honestly. But they're all full of hope still. And they're like, no, Josh, you're wrong. There is a bright future in trucking, and good for you. I'm happy, and I hope you do have a bright future in trucking. I'm not here to crush your spirits. I'm here to crush mine mostly. They got crushed a few years ago, and I just still haven't fucking recovered. That sucked. Anyways, I'm not here to crush your spirits, but you know what? Who else I heard from? A lot of truck drivers that have been doing it for a long time. And almost all of them has the same fucking story. They're walking away from this flat fucking broke, with nothing left to their name. I talked to a guy, I didn't talk to him. He left a comment though. He's been doing the 3rd generation trucker that's been doing this for 27 years. 3rd generation trucker, been doing this for 27 years. And he even owned a fleet of trucks at some point, and he is down to nothing. I think he said he's driving an old 07 truck that he still had left, and all that time in his life is gone. All the 27 years that he spent chasing a fucking goal, only to walk away with fucking nothing. That's common out here. That's how it works. That's most likely what's going to happen. I think that rates will never get better. I firmly believe that the era of the owner-operator is over. It's done. Even what I'm doing is stupid at this point. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. Look, if you want to come over here and work at Trekker, we're making okay money here. But I don't think this is something that's going to last forever. It's not sustainable in the long term as applies to the trucking industry, not as it applies to Trekker by itself, but as it applies to the trucking industry. It's not fucking sustainable to have a guy have a $800-900 truck payment every week while the rates are just going to hold, I think, where they're at forever. The mega carriers got you right where they fucking want you now. The rates are low enough that you can't go out and be independent, and you can't go do it by yourself, but they're just high enough so that if you got 20,000 fucking trucks, you're still making a very, very good profit. This is where they wanted it the entire time, and that's where the fuck it is. And there's nothing that our hopes and dreams and our goals can do to make it any fucking better, right? My last closing point on this, because I have something that I really want to talk about that's been bothering me. Everybody says, Josh, you have to go work for Walmart. You have to go drive on Walmart's private fleet. That's where the money is. Have we learned fucking nothing from Walmart? Have we learned nothing? Now look, I haul loads to Walmart. What else am I going to do? I mean, not haul loads to Walmart? Then what? I mean, that's goddamn a lot of the fucking industry right now. But my point is, have we not learned anything from Walmart's business practices? Yeah, they're going to take real good care of you. They are. Until they've got the market cornered right where they want it, and then fuck you, right? That's just the way it fucking works. Walmart's a retail store. You guys realize that, right? They absolutely stomped out all of their competition, and now if you go work in that store, good luck. Good luck making any fucking money. They're going to hold you right there at just enough hours to be considered part-time, so you can't get fucking benefits, right? Your health insurance and all that. They're not going to pay you jack shit. And here's the real kicker. Here's a fun one. You guys know about this? Walmart pulls life insurance policies on their employees with Walmart as the beneficiary. So when you're fucking dead, Walmart profits off your dead body. How about that? I mentioned that one time in a video, and a guy yelled at me. He said, Josh, you know nothing about business. You know nothing about business. That's just a good business move. Sure, it is a good business move. Still a shitty thing to do. You're right. I know nothing about business. I do not have the complete lack of morals to hire people just so I can pull a life insurance policy on them and profit off of their death after I run them into the fucking ground. I am not a businessman, my friends. I will never ever succeed in business. I do not have it in me to treat people like that. So that guy's right. I know nothing about business. And the last part of this that I want to talk about is something that's really been bothering me. We're going to do a little sports talk right now. I'm a Denver Broncos fan. You guys know that, right? The Walmart family recently purchased the Denver Broncos, and that will forever be marked in history as the beginning of the end, the death of the NFL. You want to know why? You want to know why? We're talking about Walmart right now, right? You want to know why? The fan base of the Denver Broncos now, they're ecstatic. They're so excited. They say fucking, we have the richest owners in the league now. That means that we can be the greatest team ever. Yep, they just destroyed the NFL. The Walmart family just destroyed the NFL. Now your salary cap doesn't matter anymore because they'll just sign whoever they want in the form of bonuses that don't count against the salary cap, and the spirit of the NFL is completely fucking dead now. Completely fucking dead, because I anticipate here before long in the next couple years, the Denver Broncos, and if I'm wrong about this, I'm wrong, but this is just my prediction. The Denver Broncos will be one of the greatest teams in the NFL for years and years to come. Dynasty. We're building a fucking dynasty, and you might be laughing about that right now, but when they can afford to sign anybody that they want and just do it as a bonus instead of a salary that counts against their salary cap, it's all over, baby. It's all over. The spirit and the sportsmanship of the NFL officially died when the Walmart family jumped in. And it would have been the same thing if Jeff Bezos would have bought the Denver Broncos, or Elon Musk, or any of these soulless fucking billionaires that don't give a fuck about us. They are there to profit. You think the Walmart family gives a fuck about the spirit of the NFL and the sportsmanship and the fan base or anything like that? They're there to profit. They will build the best team for the foreseeable future. One of the best teams for the next 20, 30, 40 years, the Denver Broncos, until another, see, this is about to become a big billionaire game. It already has been. But now these big name billionaires are going to start buying up teams every time they get the chance. I know it's been going on for a while, but Walmart is a soulless entity that does not give a fuck about anything except profit. And with all that said, maybe I'm too goddamn punk for trucking, because I'm not going to sell out to Walmart to make me a six-figure check. I just don't have it in me, because I know what happens when you support companies that are really trying to take care of you. They're taking care of you so they can stomp out any competition. And there we go. Just like that, I'm officially a conspiracy theorist. That's a good way to end the video. Bye now.